Good evening, everyone, and very warm welcome to all. It is my pleasure to briefly introduce our organization and two of our inspiring speakers before we begin today. Today, we are here with Brahma Kumaris Foundation, an NGO non-governmental organization dedicated to community service. Our mission is to uplift the human spirit by providing free courses and talks on essential life skills like mind motivation, positive thinking, self-esteem, and stress management. We believe that positive change in the world starts with inner change, and we welcome individuals from all walks of life, religions, and cultures to reconnect with their inner strength. Today, we are fortunate to have our dedicated speakers who live this mission. Among them is Associate Professor Dr. Muralindran Mariappan, whom we affectionately call Brother Muli. By day, he is an Associate Professor of Robotics, but he has also dedicated years to mastering and teaching the art of meditation and self-empowerment with us. He is a beautiful example of how profound inner peace can coexist with a high-achieving professional life, and he serves as the manager of our Kota Kinabalu Center. Also with us is Cikgu Muhammad Nazmi bin Rosli, an award-winning English teacher from rural Sarawak. Affectionately known as Cikgu Nazmi, he is the winner of the Ministry of Education 21st Century Learning Teacher Campaign and the National Rise Educator Award. He is a brilliant example of an innovative educator who applies principles of positive thinking and motivation to truly transform the lives of his students. The work of our speakers, Brother Muli and Cikgu Nazmi, shows how these universal principles benefit everyone. And now, it is my honor to pass the floor to our Sister Cindy, who will continue our program for today. Sister Cindy, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jack. And thank you for Cikgu, Nazmi, and our professor from Sabah also. Good evening and divine greeting to all our friends and the contacts that join the live session now. They are from Penang, KL, Kuching, of course, Miri side. We also have some of the friends that attend this session. And also, they are all from different background. Some of them from the as a tuition center or the educator is served. Some of them is from college as a student. Some of them, it could, one or few of them are just like a businessman because they are the parents. They would like to know more and hear from Cikgu and from our professor. Then with this, all of you may be curious, why Brahma Kumaris Foundation organized this live session? For Brahma Kumaris Foundation, we believe that teaching is learning. And learning is just like a lifelong learning journey itself, with the aim that when I change, the world change. So with this, I extend my warmest welcome to Cikgu and our professor from Sabah, one from Sabah, one from Lawas. That is how I'm from Kuching, and we all meet together online. So the beauty of the technology helping us. But with that, it also bring the human value and so-called how we come together for this evening. All right, thank you very much. So we will start the dialogue session, and this will be a very interesting, and I would say, for me, I will be just like a little student in school every day, looking forward to say, saya mesti jumpa cikgu. Regardless rain or shine, mesti pergi sekolah. So that type of learning attitude, how Cikgu have really bring that so-called the, what's the word that I should use? Love to go to school. I'm sure for parents, they're all looking forward, children, when they're growing, they love to go to school and learn and study happily. I'm sure that is from our heart. And also for professor is the from University Sabah. And with that, we also want to hear from professor say, All the youth go to university. They must be looking forward, say, I must meet professor every day. So what is that attraction? Is it due to just study? There must be the value, human value that really attract each one of us. So I will start with Cikgu, Cikgu Nazmi. Welcome. I come to know Cikgu will be about 1 year plus ago. I'm also a searcher looking for something that is I continue to learn. And I come to know Cikgu through one article. And from there, in my heart, I say, one day I must meet Cikgu and I want to talk to him and share the beauty idea to the whole world itself. And that is how it materialized this evening. So Cikgu, your name, no doubt, is Cikgu Nazmi, but somehow I noticed that in a lot of the article they have written there, they call you the little Chiki. So can you, Chuki, or my pronunciation, is it correct? Little Chuki, is it? So what is the meaning of that? Why they call you like that? Maybe you start like that, then after that we will go to professor, but in between, just feel free to flow the ideas for the whole session to benefit all of us from whole Malaysia. Of course, I think we do not have overseas listener at this moment, still national level. Okay, over to you, Cikgu.
So hello, hi. Thank you, Sister Cindy. Thank you, Brother Jack. Hello, hi, Professor Muli. Hi, everyone. So my name is Muhammad Nazmi. I'm a senior assistant of student affair in SK Long Sebangang, Lawas. My stage name is Little Chucky, actually. Little Chucky.
Chakri.
I got the name way back in 2006,
Mm.
where I was sent by my parents to further my study in the high school, in the secondary school in Sabah, SMK Agama Limawan Kimanis Papal. That is the point of my life where I hated English so much. I hated English so much. I remember my UPSR is 4A, 1B. I got A for all other subjects except for English. I got B. I
Mm.
remember I annoyed my English teacher. I keep questioning them. Why is the plural of house is houses, but the plural for mouse is mice, not
Yeah.
mouses? You know, that kind of thing. I keep annoying them with all this kind of question I got for English and all. Um, until until I for them I continue my study in Sabah in secondary form 1. The first thing I did in that first particular week is I joined an English drama club.
Mm.
Just a bunch of kids that speak English all the time. You
Oh,
know,
that's good.
during the lunch, they will sit together, speak English. You know, they try to brainstorm everything, how to make prop in this and that in English, and they are very, very, very particular if I use my grammar wrong and that. You know, I remember I even learned the word pregnant while sitting with them. Hey, what is pregnant? Huh? Ah, you don't know? Pregnant is mengandung lah. You know, that kind of thing. So I remember the first character they gave me when I was in Form 1 is an elf called Little Chucky.
Mm.
So the story was that there's a group of elf, lazy bunch of elf, um, but they own a garden, and the garden was so messy until one day the king announced there will be a garden competition, beautiful garden competition. Whoever
Mm.
got the best garden will the king will give them some kind of present, things like that. And we have so many kind of elf, and one of my superpower is I have a flute that can call rains. So I remember the song and everything is so fun, and I was awarded best actor on that time. That is the point that maybe English wasn't so bad. You know, uh, that
So
that
suddenly realization from
yeah.
Cikgu.
And then that's what made me want to be a teacher, an English teacher.
Mm.
And all the knowledge I got from that club, storytelling and making props. I use it in my daily teaching in my classroom every day, and to honor my drama teacher, Mrs. Madam Serena Asral, and Madam Evelyn. I keep that little Chucky name for more than 16, 17 years now. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So that's
Uh,
basically from me.
Yes, yes. Hearing the story itself will be just like a little children, the learning process when a teacher become like a model for them. And whether I've been called the nickname or I become famous, we so-called famous in the school. And that is how it helped us and shape us in the future. Thank you, Cikgu, for the sharing the story. Now we will come to the over to Professor. Professor will be all the way from KK, take the time with us for this evening. We know that Professor, that is the driving force for Professor seeing the time. During his, I would say, the youth time, at the age of 21, somehow have a very strong commitment, so-called the determination, want to be someone to be different. And that is how it brought all his way. Now we'll be talking about receive number of awards, just like Cikgu received number of awards without realizing that because of that little motivation, it helped us to achieve without realizing that all of us can make it. Over to Professor. Maybe you can share with us what is that driving force in achieving the excellency in your beside the professional career. You are well decorated in such a way that in many, many awards, national, international award, and yet you are holding yourself not just full of energy. It's more like a sample for the uni student. It could be for the youth, for the community. Over to you, Professor. Thank you. Come.
Hey, thank you, Cindy, and hi everyone, and also Cikgu Nazmi. I like the Chucky words, right? So for my side of the story, you see, I studied engineering, and during my youth days, I really like to teach. I like to teach, share this knowledge, because I felt that by teaching, I will learn better. Now, this I realized because I used to struggle in certain subjects in my school days. So what I used to do in class is that I used to imagine that I am a teacher and I'm teaching a student. So I'm teaching myself. So when I do that, so what happened was that I need to be more smarter than the student, right? So I
Yeah.
will try to learn more and teach. So that method that I used to teach myself, that carried on. And I felt that by sharing knowledge, I get to learn more and be more open and inspire many people. Now, the other part is that the youth age is a very important age nowadays, because youths are full of energy, and it's where they divert the energy. It's either towards a positivity or towards negativity,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Because nowadays they got a lot of influence. So when I was in the university, I'm always with the youths. So when I'm with the youths, so it really empowers me. I always feel that I'm one of them. I don't think that I'm older or they are that. So for so many years, I'm always being with them, and I just do whatever they are doing, their activity. The main reason is that when you are with them, they don't feel that they are lost. Even if they feel that they are not doing well, or if they have any challenges, they only have somebody to fall back on.
There's a fully
So
support that you
yeah,
have for them.
yeah, that's a support that I try to share with them. It's not that I make them grow, but I create the platform for them to grow. So
Oh,
that is
that's
the most
beautiful.
important things. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. That brings to the story just now, Cikgu will be mentioned that I'm not good in English, yet in the end, I end up to be an English teacher. I think that is the beautiful part of it. There must be something that have achieved by Cikgu in such a way is full of confidence and say that, yes, I can teach English. But the teaching is, I remember Cikgu did mention one of the quote, he said that education is not just about the textbook and the exam. Actually, it's all about preparing the student for the life. That is so beautiful. So with this, I would like Cikgu to share with us what would that little, even though it could be your own quote, we'll be talking about education. It's not just the textbook and the exam, but you are preparing them for their student life itself. Make the learning process is so happy, and it's like the experiment that they have. They don't have to look at the textbook and can go for the exam. Is it like this, Cikgu? Then you can share more in terms of the picture or something in the learning process. Is so interesting. And that is how, regardless, the infrastructure is not there. For example, Lawas, the internet connection may not be there. The real world as compared to like the rural and the urban area, it may not be there. But your student, you could see that they are so confident, happily, and can go for the exam. Yeah? Over to you, Cikgu. We're all waiting for this moment.
So thank you, Sister Cindy. My pedagogy is based on what I learned through stage and drama play. A lot of storytelling, a lot of prop makings. I remember the first time I went to my first school, which was in SK Long Sukang. My kids doesn't even know what is Upin Ipin. They didn't even know what is Hello Kitty and all that kind of stuff, all the cartoon stuff. They didn't know Upin Ipin. They didn't know all that trendy cartoons that our kids know these days. I remember the electricity only from 6:30 p.m. up to 10:30 or 11 p.m. Like that's it.
Oh.
Remember that. When I was in my when I was in my study, I remember looking at this one stage play where a guy act to be an older guy without any props, just simply like this. It did not affect anyone, even to me as a listener. But suddenly he drew a mustache on his head like this, and he put it like this, and he immediately turned into an old man, effectively toward the listeners, toward me. Then I believe that is the point. I believe that I shouldn't go to my classroom only bringing red pen or markers or chalk. There should be more. That is how I started the contextual learning. Contextual learning is by not neglecting what required in the syllabus, but you are teaching your kids not only by telling them, but showing them how to use the things that you are going to teach. So I'm going to teach my kids ABC by showing them how we're going to use ABC in our life. Okay? I'm teaching them how to use adjective, on how to use adjective in their daily life, so they know they have the purpose on why we're learning this. I remember the time the syllabus, for example, contextual learning is there's one time the syllabus required me to teach about type of clothes, cotton, jeans, and all. I remember I built like 6 or 7 washing machine. I changed the entire classroom into into a laundry. Yep. It's beautiful. The kids, the machine can be open and closed. There's a place where the kids can put detergent on it. And I want my kids to learn what to say when they mistakenly took someone else's clothes.
That is where the value teaching coming in.
Yes, that's where the value teaching coming in. I read that there's a more than 11,000 type of values available in this world. But how many can we apply in our classroom and teach our kids to practice it.
Wow,
So,
beautiful.
so my objective is, it's okay that if your kids doesn't get the learning objective today, because you can always repeat the class, but at least make sure they come home, they bring something that they can immediately apply. For
Mm,
example, all these kind of values. So in that particular lesson, I told my kids that, um, you see this, in every laundry, in every laundromat, there's always a table. What do you think is the function of the table?
mm,
Oh, it's for us to fold it, our clothes and all. So should we eat here? Of course not. You know? So this kind of values you didn't get in our textbook. No. In the syllabus. No. It's impossible for our syllabus, for our curriculum to get all this 11,000 type of values in that one single textbook. No. So as a teachers, I'm taking my chance by doing contextual learning. I'm bringing the outside, the world inside the classroom, so the kids able not only to learn what required in the syllabus, but also able to learn all kind of values, all kind of kindness. If my kids doesn't get the learning objective today, it's fine. I can always come back to the lesson, but at least they learn the importance of folding their own clothes,
wow.
able to learn how to help their mom, by cutting vegetable and all, helping the
Mm,
kids, helping the brothers. If the brothers fall, make sure there's nothing on the floor and whatever. All these kind of teeny tiny things. You know, I also remember in this one lesson, I print out all these kind of foods, and then I cut it. Then I borrow the food tray from our Dewan Makan food tray,
uh-huh, mm.
and then I ask my kids to line up, and I choose one of my kids to be the cook. You know,
Oh,
so everyone is lining up, everyone asking politely. I teach them to, say thank you to our auntie Dewan Makan. All this kind of thing you didn't find in the textbook.
mm.
Once your food, if you accidentally, you know, drop your food, what should we do? Can you pick it up and put back on your tray? No. So ask politely for auntie to come clean it up for you. Share your food if the food finish. Things like that. I
Mm,
remember I saw my kids. They hold their hands and say their
mm.
prayers, even though there's not a real food. I didn't ask them, but they did them themselves. I remember that. I remember that they start to saying thank you to the auntie they want makan.
Mm,
They start to be respectful to our makcik cleaner.
mm.
All this kind of stuff. And I remember one of my kids. This one kid is very advanced. It's really good. Because I want to make sure the class. I want this advanced kid help their strugglers friends. So I remember telling them, I select you to be the chef cook
Wow.
for this class. He said, I don't want, unless you make me a chef hat. I said,
Oh.
well, I don't know how to make a chef hat. They said, if you don't, if you won't make me one, I will not be a cook today. So I make one. I was about to enter another class. I was hurry, make this one, blah blah blah. And then I got complaint from other teachers that, this kid, she wear your chef hat from the beginning of the day until your class at the end of the periods, he said.
Oh, very
And
good.
she sit in front of the class and she didn't want to take off of the hat, he said. So, I understand that if you are very motivated to come to your class, your kids
Yes,
can sense it, they can
correct.
smell it. I
They can
remember this
smell
one
it.
time. I remember the topic. This from the old syllabus. Year 4, I think it's topic 6 or 7. The title of the topic is Fascinating Sabah and Sarawak.
Mm,
Okay. The
okay.
first thing in the textbook is about the largest flower in the world, which is Rafflesia.
Mm.
But we only have like this big of picture. It's so small. They didn't even have someone beside the flower to tell the kids this is the largest
Yeah,
flower in the world. I don't
correct.
have any picture. I don't have anything. So I went down. This old truck was abandoned. I think it's beside the school.
Mm.
It's nobody claimed this truck for years. It's been rotting there. So I took the cushion, I spray it red, and then I cut it like this. You can see the picture over there.
Yeah, everyone
And
can
then
see on the screen there. That is where
so
Cikgu sharing now.
so I took the
Interesting.
picture. I took the picture to do my lesson study. So
Mm.
after the class, I was checking back the picture like, hey, why this you one kid in my class? I asked the kids, said, oh, it's been in the class for since from the beginning. Then I look around, the kids were still there. Then I told them, hey, what are you doing in my class? He ran away. Then I said, what happened? What happened? So he was actually interested to sit in that flower to see if he fits inside the flower. Then he ran away. I said, what? What? Then I remember one of my friend, Cikgu Mark, early of the day, he was wandering around the school, rushing around. Then I realized he was actually looking for this kid, been
I
missing
see.
from this class. So, so this is what I'm doing. I remember one of the topic was about rules. So I changed the entire classroom into a swimming pool. So I
Mm.
remember I took blue plastic bag and I passed it on the floor. Then I arranged benches, you know. So the task is the kids must figure out what kind of rules that we need in swimming pool area. My
Mm.
kids never seen a swimming pool before. Once I give them visual what the swimming pool look like, they immediately know. Oh, you cannot eat banana here. Someone might slip and fell into the water and die because of the banana. No taking
Okay.
picture of sexy woman, blah blah blah. They know all that. So so what hit me the most is one of the kid, they came to me, they bring a small pail and a scoop.
Scoop.
Teacher,
Mm.
where can I build a sandcastle? I said, lol, you cannot build any sandcastle here with this swimming pool. Everyone was start laughing and all. It's funny. They're like, okay. Then it hits me because this kid they never been to see the beach before. Never in
Yeah,
their life.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
I
very good,
remember
Cikgu.
I remember the first exam I give them back in 2017. They need to write a 40 words essay on their experience having a picnic at the beach.
Mm.
None of them, 17 of them in my class, they're unable to do it. Then I check the vocabulary. It's okay, all good. They know the format, but why can't they do it? Remember, this was my first month as a teacher. I was
Mm.
down. I was crying. Then I take a few steps back. Then I realized we can train the kids all this kind of format, but all this kind of experience they need to acquire. You know,
Correct. Mm.
so so I do this contextual learning. I turn my class into a train station. I turn my class into a shopping mall. I turn my class into a pet shop. All this kind of crazy thing. I remember back in 2020 or 2019, uh, UPSR paper two, they got top 10 the best in my district.
Wow,
Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah.
Very good, very good. Cikgu is so, how to say, not only compassionate but in what you want to do for yourself, but actually is for the community. I like the word Cikgu always sharing. It's just called my kid. Cikgu never say that my student, my kid, my kid. So in such a way that Cikgu will be just like family in the school. And I like the point Cikgu mentioned that, hey, how come Cikgu Mark looking around the kid, what happened to the kid, never come back to the classroom? Where have they been? They all stick to Cikgu Nazmi. That is a love that Cikgu have shared to the student. Then I have to share now. Cikgu share to the kids in such a way the learning mean so easy, and then they have the confidence to go for the exam. Congratulations for that. Now go back to professor. Looking at all the picture on the screen, everyone, I just feel like Cikgu really go not only one step further. Remember Cikgu talking about his at one time really want to cry. How come my kid don't know how to write all those essay or the simple 40 words of a simple thing on that, huh? the picture have really created in such a way is like the imprint that wherever I see, I know how to describe, I know how to share it and easily, regardless the grammar is correct, not correct first. Cikgu betul Okay, now back to Professor. Professor will be talking. We all love to hear from Professor. We're talking such a fortune that as a youth, your exposure for yourself and also the experience that learning process. Hearing from Cikgu itself, I'm sure Professor also have a group of the student from robotic or dealing with the AI itself at the process of learning encounter or certain thing is that I come into the wrong faculty lah, Professor. I think I quit lah. What should I do? All these are things. Over to Professor. We all love to hear from you now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I like the stories. So what I do is that, of course, as an academician, you are in the university, you have to teach, you have to do research, this, that, no? But besides that, I also like to do social work. It's part of our, what do you call it, giving back to the society. As an academician in the university, I need to give back to the society, and that's what the university wants, because the university is for the people. No point you know things, but you don't give back. So what we do is what myself and our team of some lecturers we go to rural areas, and we educate the underprivileged and the rural kids on technology, especially robots. Now they have never seen that. So that I had a very interesting experience. You see, my way of understanding is that I want to make it simpler, because as an educator, you always want to make it simpler and educate them. So we created a simple robot so that they can fix it and then they can program it. So we teach it in such a way that even they don't have any knowledge about it, they can learn it. And then we brought it to the interior of Sabah, and then we exposed them to this, and I was so surprised that that's the first time they are experiencing it. And when they are experiencing and learning it, the interest was so much. And then they are very good at it. Very fast they can catch up. Very fast they can train, and very fast they can learn. You teach them only once and they can very good at it already. In terms of fixing it and also programming it. So this is something that I learned from them, that it's very important for us to actually expose everybody. Because in the city, they can always provide, because maybe the school is actually a bit more wealthy, I think. And then the parents are a bit more well off, so they can provide certain things. But the interior schools, they don't have these facilities. Another thing I do is that part of the education process is that, you need to teach the students. I can call them kids also, but teach the students, how to use small robots. But the way I teach is that very simple. I give them the basic idea, and then I ask them to go and teach the school kids. You see, they go and teach. So they need to prepare themselves, and then they go to the schools and they teach the kids. So when they are teaching, they are learning how to use that, and they are also learning how to pass the knowledge, and they become better when they teach.
Definitely, so they build up their confidence.
Yes, because many of them, they know, but they don't know how to speak. But when you're teaching, you have to speak, right? You have to explain. So that's the art that they learn along the way. And then they have to think, how am I going to share this complicated thing to such a person who don't know anything? So they will learn and they prepare and then they teach. Another thing that I have done is that, we work with other faculties also. Like we have a faculty of forestry, where they teach about the trees and the forest and the insects and everything, right? Now, they have a project where they want to do an education kit for the, disabled kids. Disabled means visually impaired. That means they can't see. Some can see but blur a bit, but some cannot see. So they use the fingers and they're tactile to learn, you see? So, but we work with them. So the forestry students, they will do the props, like they do an insect, very big insect. So the students, the kids can touch and know, oh, this is how a butterfly look like, right? This is how the bark of the tree looks like. This is how leaves look like, you know. But then we put in technology.
I
That means
see.
when they press a button there, they can hear, oh, this is a bark. And there's a word speaking, you know.
Mm.
So we put in technology. So I bring my students to work with them so that they know how to communicate and transfer technologies, because they are in two different worlds.
Yeah.
One is technology engineering, one is forestry. So how they can work together and complete and do a product which we can benefit the visually impaired students to learn. So this is something that is very, very important. And that's the process. Now I ask my students, some of them say that that is where they really, really enjoy it, because they really learn how to use it and they really see where they apply the knowledge and it benefits people.
That is really the community-driven learning process. We
Yes.
bring back to the community. Very beautiful. Our professor and the Cikgu all bring back to the community. And this is how come to another thought that I have, that thinking about the creating light, Light, when there is none. Light in terms to the life that the student have. At this moment, they have none at all, but because of the process, the learning method itself, it brings light to everyone. And that powerful thought Professor have sharing together with Cikgu also, actually is the power of the thought that you really can improve each one of us. So we all start from young. We would like to be successful, to be pass my exam, for example. So that is the empowerment of the self. Do we need to change the attitude? Do we need to overcome the undesired habit? For example, for the student, teacher will say that you cannot act like that, you cannot say like that. Then the student, the kid will look at the cikgu, cikgu mengapa tidak boleh macam ni, for example, yeah. So the feeling and the transforming of the one's lifestyle is to achieve that goal. Is that the support that as a teacher, as a change maker, or we so call that we are just a fully spiritual support at that moment. Actually, that is where it brings light to the hope to everyone. So with this, what Cikgu would like to share is something that talking about the light that you bring to each of the kids that you have now through the method, different processes. Do you see that the whole process, spirituality is really relevant today? Spirituality, is it relevant today? Regardless of my age, how young am I, how old am I, how do you see that this is possible for our learning process, and how will we help them and they see it themselves? Over to you, Cikgu.
Thank you, Sister Cindy. I think I can relate to what Professor Murli talk about just now. And for us, spiritually is should be a big part of our life. I believe that without that, we only work for our monthly salary.
Yeah.
As a teacher, I believe that if you want your kids to go further, you should put in extra effort. You need to give more. You know. So I would like to take us back during our dark time, during the COVID, the pandemic. I want to credit all my friends, all my team also in SK Long Sokang. Luckily, fortunately, I'm not the only one who would have that kind of spirits. Everyone in the team, every single one of us, willing to put everything on the line. If we don't have that kind of mentality back then, we probably just simply left our kids, abandoned our kids during that COVID time.
Mm.
Um, the first lockdown was announced during a school holiday, where me and my friends not in the workstation, not in the kampong where we teach. We in our own kampong.
Mm.
I remember meeting a lot of people to get the permission to connect with the kids. During that time, all of the school has started their online learning
Mm.
through Facebook, to video call, through Telegram and things like that. They start to they start to sending things and all. I see all my niece, all my cousin, and all my buah, they got learning materials via Telegram. But I cannot do anything at that time. So I talked with my school admins. I met the ketua kampung. I remember sitting on their balcony, telling them our plan, because I remember seeing that when there was total lockdown, all this rural area actually was open to go wherever they want. But they're not allowed to go out or go in other kampung. Like that's it.
Ah,
That's the only rules.
okay.
Okay. And the only person that able to go out from the kampung is the person who in charge to bring the food supply.
Oh,
So
okay.
our thought was like, if we can deliver food, we can deliver learning materials.
Oh,
And
yes,
that's the only way.
beautiful. Yes.
That's the only way. Like that's it. There's no other way. This
Mm.
was the first second week of the first lockdown. Nobody else doing it that time. So I remember my schedule was like, on Monday and Tuesday, I collect all these learning materials from other teachers. We focus on 4 subjects: math, science, English, and
Okay, Mas.
BM.
Mm.
And each of the subject must have these 3 things: notes, instruction for the parents and the kids, and assessment.
Mm.
And then I put everything in one pen drive. And then on Thursday, the uncle, Penghulu, is actually Penghulu, Uncle
Mm.
Bina. His name is Bina Balang. He's the only one. He's the one who was allowed to go in and out from the kampung. He will bring all the food supply. I remember hopping in this truck, 5 ride to the school. I'm not allowed to print everything from outside. Uh, on Thursday, we have to print for everything. There's one room in our school. We changed the room into a like our game plan room. Oh, this kid, the father mother divorced already, so his abang live here, his adik live here. We tried to pinpoint all 111 houses. That's
Oh.
what we do on the Thursday. Like we go here, then we ask the villagers, where's people in this? Oh, there's no longer people there. They move here, they move here. Okay, okay, we go. On Friday, we deliver our first trip. We send our first homework for like 40 houses in that area first. That time, because it's the nearby kampung is so easy, simple with pass and all. On the Saturday, we rent a Hilux. We start our journey to 11 more villages, and the
Mm.
furthest one is a, a logging camp, a logging cabin, Camp Balak. Oh, whew, like the first 3 trip was we are unable to meet everyone. Hey, I thought there's a house here. Oh, no more house here. We go find there. We masuk jungle and all. There's a kampung that we cannot see from the outside because it looked like Wakanda. Like chill. There's a kampung here. There's a court and everything. It's it's a hassle. Then I remember like our like few months of that Ramadan is coming, but we still have to do this every week. Because there's no sign of school opening. Uh, I was hungry. The matahari is on our head. The sun is on our head. There's 3 of us. There's a point where our Hilux cannot go any further. We wait there for our kids. What takes us so long? What happened? Then we saw them going downhill, bringing sack of rice. And then my friend was like, Cikgu Nazmi, you handle this. I want to go over there first. She was actually crying. Cikgu,
Yeah.
what did you use? I cannot stand anymore. I was crying. And then he said, this from my mother, this all we can give. And we were all crying, crying. And then I remember I was open my fasting buka puasa on that evening, sightseeing all this kampung that I never seen before. And then when we were allowed to go back to our school, my friend and all, oh our school went viral, oh yeah, all these rural schools start to use our initiative to use on their own rural area, and then let's do it now. We have so many friends coming back to school, and then we replan everything. Now we do two two trip per weeks. You cover this area, you cover this area. We all
Mm.
prepared. We believe that baju hujan. We stay in the truck. We were like heroes that day. That time we have to gather uh, because we only have limited subject teachers, so we have to learn the subject a day before we send the homework. I
Mm.
never touched maths before. Oh, you need to learn this. If kids tanya you how you can answer lah. Oh, we have struggled that night to learn, and then it's a success story. It's wonderful. Astro put us in a mini documentary, Malaysia versus COVID-19. Kita jaga kita. Remember that the documentary won an award.
Yeah.
We were crying seeing that, and then uh 2022 we all were post redeployed to other school. We say goodbye to each other because it's a wonderful memory. And then I was in another school, SK Luagan Lawas.
Mm.
Remember there's a second lockdown. Kids were not allowed to go back to school. This is not an rural area, it's a kampong area.
Mm.
So we do what we call the project-based learning, where the kids need to do some research to do their learnings.
Mm.
Maths and science were the subject that was affected the most. I remember there's no line for them to do any research, or we open our library, but we have to close the library because it was raining season. The flood was so heavy. I remember discussing with our villagers said, "Hey, you and your friend dulu do the homework delivery. Why don't we do it now? Like, let's do something." Because of that
Yeah.
encouragement from the community. So you know, this is like the weirdest thing we can think of. Let's do something on top of the flood, on top of the
Yes.
water.
Yes.
So we built,
Everyone is seeing the screen now.
yeah,
That is the floating pondok, we so-called the floating library.
the
And that
sporting
is
library.
Cikgu Nazmi described now. And that is how they even flooded school activity, learning process still going on. This is
Yeah.
the determination that Cikgu never give up. Very, very beautiful.
And then the villagers, they're willingly to. We don't have any boat lah. We use this like small plastic boat lah. Then we use it and all. Then there's the point where this small library unable to contain most of the things that we wanted, and it's a hassle to bring all this big book to this small pondok.
Mm.
So let's cari duit to buy big boat, and we start to see other school that start selling mushroom. This other school do recycle tissue paper. They start to selling it. This kind of innovation.
Yeah.
We at that point we don't have anything. We don't have anything, but that time we already won few short film competition. Then the idea was like, why don't you sell the movie our kids made? Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's go. So we sell our film at night markets. We upload our film at Google Drive, and then the link we change to QR code. I asked the kid to cut the QR code, kecil, sell for 5 ringgit. Within that 2 weeks, we managed to raise 2,000 ringgit to get a boat.
Yeah, very good. I want all of us to really appreciate that, how the creativity, the children doing the film in such a way during the flood, because Lawas is the area will be so-called so normal, so prone to the flooding, and the activity will be still can carry on, and they still can raise fund, and they're able to buy a boat and they can carry the thing. So the beauty of that is not because of Cikgu himself, because of the creativity that Cikgu have created to the each and individual itself. It's not just a kid, the kampong, ketua kampong juga, they all come out and say, hey, Cikgu, you have to take the lead. Okay, so Cikgu, because of the time factor, we will have to be, you have a lot of story to share. I'm happy to hear that. I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. And what the tech team have shown on the screen is really touching. Touching is now telling us that is visualization lesson that we learn is starting making sense to all of us. So this back to the professor. We'll be talking about learning process now. Is it the method that we are learning or all this while is wrong? Or the process need to be in line with the current learning environment is back to Professor. We have been enjoying listening to Cikgu. Cikgu will be, this is how storytelling and we learn also. Okay, come Professor. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy. And I really enjoyed Cikgu Nazmi's stories. Now, back to this, you're talking about learning, no? But
Yes.
learning is always connected to attitude.
Attitude.
Yeah, this attitude can be created with your proper mindset. You see, if I really want to learn something, no, if anybody wants to learn something, that power of the mind must be very positive. Now, that positivity will just give them so much of encouragement, empowerment, and really an interest. So this is what the educator's objective is. It's actually to create an atmosphere, an environment to make sure that the learners have a very positive attitude towards learning.
Yeah.
So that is why whatever Cikgu Nazmi was doing with all the props and whatever techniques that we use out of the box, just to go out of the way to educate anyone is to create an atmosphere for them to learn. And one thing that I realize is that changing the attitude, you really need strength.
Yeah.
You cannot simply change like that. See, the strength comes from empowering the self. Now, the empowering the self comes from a positive mindset. When your mind is always positive, then the opportunity for you to change your attitude comes. Now, when the ability to change comes, then you can really overcome all the habits or undesired feelings that you have. No? And this really, really affects the teaching process. For me, is that like, I'm very close with students. I'm also advise them in cultural events. No? We organize big cultural events, state level cultural events. Actually, it's an Indian cultural event, so we call it Festa Chaya. It's a state level. And at one point of time, it was inaugurated by the TYT. So you can imagine how big it is, right? The audience is like 5,000. And the whole thing was done by students.
Wow.
That
From
means
until the performance.
Yeah, all the performance is by the students, is professionally choreographed and all by students. Technical is by students and MC by students and everything, stage management, ushering, everything by students.
Yeah.
So that is, and then I'm also involved in this robotics. See, my area is robotics, so I'm involved with this robotics club. And then we have students from all different fields. They're not even engineering. They are from education background. They are from forestry. They are from marine. But they have interest. So one thing that we always tell them that is not to give up. In competition, sometimes they feel that, oh, we are in Sabah, no, we are just one of the universities, right? One of the universities, or we have many good universities in Malaysia, which is very famous universities. We are one of the universities in Sabah, which is not as famous as others. But I always tell them that it's not who you are, where you are. No, it's how you really, really do it. So we educate the students to such a level that they have won national competitions. They have won national competitions, and these national competitions are not an easy task. It's a robotics competition.
Wow.
So they participated in many robotics competitions, and I'm going to show you some of the winning pictures, no?
Yeah, very good.
And they are very, very creative. You just need to really, really tell them what to do, and they are doing it. No? Now here you can see I hope you all can see the images. This
Yes,
is
we
where
can.
they get this sustainability award in the
Mhm.
competition, and then they created a robot. They call it Chappy, and this robot can walk very, very fast. And the competition, you have to walk 40 meters. And we took only 55 seconds to complete it. And the second place took 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Can you see how far it is? Double the time, right?
Yep,
Ah,
correct.
yeah. And this is all done by students, And
Mhm.
these are the winning competitions, and the student participated, and we
Yeah.
got third place, second place, we got first place, and then we represented the country overseas,
Mhm.
And all these are creativity of the students.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ah,
I see that.
and it is not about where they are, it's who they are. So I always tell them, no, don't give up. Never give up in anything that you do. So this is some attitude change that we really, really inspire to them.
Yep, beautiful. So actually, it's the learning environment lead to and encourage the student, the kid is, and without them realizing that, hey, I can do it.
Yeah.
That is the beauty of it. And when the learning of the whole process is, it become no stress. So in the dictionary, cikgu tak ada stress, tak ada susah. Professor also the same. No more stress is okay. Thank you very much. So with this, we will be have the session on the Q&A. We will open the floor to Q&A now. Should there be any question that you all feel that want to find out more from Cikgu? Of course, Cikgu will be having the so-called not just a teacher, an educator, or a change maker. To me, is so-called the benefit, the love that it bring back to the benefit to the community. Whereas Professor will be talking about that, how do we really create that learning environment, and that is bring the light in the student for the whole learning process system. Any question that we open to the floor now, they can write the question in the chat box, or they can raise their hand, and Cikgu or Professor will take the question accordingly. Shall we start? Okay. All right. Let me check my handphone. Maybe someone don't want to be right in the chat box. Be shy on that. Okay.
Maybe while you're waiting for the questions, I like your earlier questions. You asked about is spirituality relevant for today's world,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I like Cikgu Azmi's answer. But I want to add to that. You see, everybody in the world, I always tell my students, everybody in the world, they really want peace, love, happiness. Mhm. They want that, They are living in this world, And everybody talks about human values, right? Everybody must have values in their life, But one thing that I personally believe is that, if I really want to inculcate these human values inside me, I must value every human being. I must not have any differentiation when I compare with these people, that people. Every individual is very unique. And when they are very unique, everybody has a value in them. Everybody can contribute in one way or another. So we work in a team. So when the education process comes in, when they work in a group, not everybody is good at everything, but they share their skills, their talents, their values that they have. And each one of them put their own specialities, and then they accomplish a collective task.
Okay, sure. We have one question from the chat itself. We'll be talking about what is the one method to encourage the student to be able to see the value in thing or the value in life. Cikgu, you want to try?
Yeah, sure. So I think I can relate my answer from the questions and how we can teach our kids, you know, about values of other things. I think I agree with what Professor Muli said, that number one, learning is very close with attitude, and everyone can contribute. Um, so one of the way we teach our kids to be more appreciative is we include everyone in our in the lesson that we give. If you realize that, if you see maybe from the picture that they're shown now, our short film is not only acted by the kids. There's so many involvement of so many people. I remember in this one short films that we were unable to borrow ambulance, but luckily the dental team came swing by to our school and we asked them to be part of our short films. There's a real policeman of films and all. I remember this one film, kan? Um, I was looking for extras to be the parents. So the film was about the kids that was being bullied and tried to take revenge on the entire school. Okay,
Mm.
so this where the attitude, the optimistic of the parents play a good part of the kids learning. Okay, so I was looking around, no one else can act. Then one of the uh, head of the PIBG asked me, why don't you just use us to be your extras? I said, uncle can act, man. I said, auntie can act, man. I said, no, can you guys act? Huh, he said, you don't believe us. I said, so we set the date to shoot our films. We did on the weekend. It's Saturday morning. I told them to dress like a ibu bapa, like a parents, all that baju orang kampung and all. The scene was they are going to cry over the body of their dead children. Simple as that. But my mind, this this was me before, like, impossible lah, they can act, because I remember when I first introduced film making for the kids. I remember shooting one film with the kids. I remember the first one we shoot
Mm.
the first day. The second day, the entire cast didn't turn up to the school. I have to reshoot everything. Then I remember shooting with the kindergarten kids. I shoot with one kids, the other kids ran away. I have to chase the kids. Now the first kids run away. So like now I think the parents can do this. So when the shooting they scam, excuse me, they all ready and all. So Cikgu Nazmi, Tuan Director, what you want us to play? I want you to cry over the dead body of your children. You think you can do that? Okay, Cikgu Nazmi. You want style Ibu Mertuaku or Anakku Sazali? They were referring to these two all pyramid films where the evil mother-in-law cries so hard on the ground. So the fact that they're able to give this reference, Ibu Mertuaku. So they act like they're crazy woman crying over the body. They pukul-pukul tanah, they tie the rambut, they pampas, they guling-guling outside. It was so crazy. And our film able to present Malaysia in one of the short film competition at the international stage. We didn't want anything though, but the film was crazy. And so when the kids sees their parents, try to participate so much in the learning of the kids, now they take the program seriously. Not only my program, all other program that was conducted by the other teachers too. All
Yeah.
these other cikgu who do this Taman Herba Club, who tanam all these kind of things, because they see other my club, filmmaking club was so happening. Now they put the effort on it. They bring their makcik, they bring the aunties to help with the kebun. All this computer club, they do so much. All this kebudayaan club, all the filmmaking club was making headlines and news and all. Let's do something,
Yes,
So
yes.
they gather on the weekend and everything. So to make our kids give appreciation is not by you simply telling them you must show appreciation. No, you have to lead by examples.
Yes.
And by this, you need the help of everyone around you. It takes a village to raise a child.
Very good. Actually, it's lead by the example. We don't say that, okay, you do this, you do that, but actually they know what to do, but we need to guide them. We just need to extend our help at the time that they need. They will do the wonder. Okay, there's another question from here. Talking about the how do we manage ourselves during the class and the so-called the toxic work environment of the at the school. To make sure the students not feel stressed at all. As a teacher, the question is from, I presume is from the teacher. I have been experiencing in teaching. The students are happy and positive, which cheer me up. However, in the school, I'm working, the work itself have to be under the high pressure, we so-called environment, which lead to the teacher burnout. So with this, how do we really, how to so-called manage ourselves at the school? Maybe Professor would like to take this question, balance our life with spirituality, and how do we apply it in our daily working environment? Over to you. I think Professor would be perfectly
Okay, thank you,
okay.
Cindy. Yeah, I can see the question. It's a
Yes.
there is no immediate solution, but you see, the most important thing for us is that we cannot run away from this place. Wherever we are, if it's toxic or non-toxic, we cannot run away. Okay, we are there in that system, right? The only thing that we can change is our mind. Okay, now what is there that need to be changed is our self-respect. How do I see myself? How much do I have respect for myself and my feelings? If I really, really have so much of self-respect in me, that no matter what people say, whatever people do, I will not go down from that respect that I have for myself. Now, this comes from practicing spirituality in our life, and having a positive mindset. Now, that self-respect is to be happy no matter what. The secret is that if I don't want to be burned out, I need to do few things. One of it is I need to be happy. If I'm happy, I can go and do the extra mile. If I'm not happy, I can easily get tired. Okay. And then, of course, I need to find ways how to delegate work and this and that. But the toxic environment is that, for me, my personal experience is that I also have experienced some working in toxic places also. So what I do is that I always feel that if a situation or a person is negative towards me, if I also be negative towards them, now definitely that negative and this negative is not going to add up to the negativity. Now, if that negativity comes, that I need to protect myself. How I do protect myself? I need to have self-respect. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is that how to protect myself? I need to give out positivity. It's not easy, but it's a practice. I need to give out positivity, giving good wishes and pure feelings to people. I was working in one place, and there's one person who really, I don't know why they don't like me, and they always create situations and circumstances to give difficulties in my job, right? But what I did was I keep on giving these good wishes and pure feelings to that particular person. And then one day that person came to me and told me that, yeah, those days I don't like you, but you are not bothered by it. And then you are always doing your own job. And now I don't have that feeling anymore. The reason is because I keep on giving these good wishes and pure feelings.
Okay, that's good.
That attitude that can change the negative mindset.
Back to our own attitude in that. Okay, very good. One more last question before we really need to end the session. I'm sure we all love to continue. The last section is from a student. Question will be talking about, I am an international school student, and many of my friends are heading overseas, and everyone expect us to go other country outside Malaysia. Of course, because of our so-called proficiency in English. Just like Cikgu say, I'm not going English. In the end, I teach English. So the question is talking about if I have a choice to stay, what should I do? Would it be better to choose to stay in locally? The question we're asking, what would Cikgu or professor advise on that? As a student, now you will learn to pursue your study. Should I go to overseas or should I just be local? Just because I feel that my English may be not really up to the so-called the requirement. Cikgu want to have a try? Positive answer.
I think Dr. Muli can give better answer than me because
Okay, all right. Because go to university, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, all right. I think and
Yeah,
maybe Cikgu may can add in, Can come.
yeah.
Professor.
My take is very simple only. You see, it's not about if your English is relatively okay, you can go overseas and study. But it all depends on what you want to study. Okay. Now, what do you want to study? And it all depends on the area that you want to study. Now, if that area requires you to get more exposure, more opportunities, then it's good to go overseas. If you have an opportunity, go overseas because you have open mind. I'm working in the university, right? And I was doing a lot of things. But then I had an opportunity to spend 1 year in the United States. I do my services in the United Nations for 1 year. Now, when I was there, I learned something that I was in the well. You know, they call it in Malay, they call it kata dalam perigi. You said that is the world, right? So there, when I went there, I saw a different perspective, different mindset of people, students. Because there also I went and I shared whatever we do here. I also spent time with the kids, teaching them things, So I saw a very, very different way of thinking. Now, that way of thinking will gave me a different perspective in life. So if you have an opportunity to go overseas, go. No, don't worry about English. Like Cikgu Nazmi say, no, you can always learn English, right? But when you're there, everybody speaks English and definitely your English will improve. No?
Sure. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Cikgu, maybe before we conclude, you would like to give the so-called the word of wisdom or so-called not just the inspiration for the student posting the question that my English is not really up to the so-called the level of the requirement. How do you just have a last word for everyone of that? And in the end, you are so confident to be an English teacher.
Um. So it's like I love to use this popcorn advice.
Mm.
If you see popcorn, they don't pop at the same time. Each one of them. Okay. Today is maybe not our time. Maybe in the future, but by the end of the day, you will have a beautiful, full bowl of popcorn. So it's okay if today still like I don't think I can get it. I think I can do this, but um don't use that excuse to miss to miss all this good opportunity.
Yep.
You know,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. So take a look at us di pedalaman.
Yeah.
It's hard to get that kind of opportunity. So if you fortunate enough to found that door, explore it. Why not? That's from
Okay.
me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cikgu. I like to conclude here with just a few words. We'll be talking about even God looking at us, that even you have only 1% of talent, God will see that 1% of talent. Mean God also value us to that extent. So that is where Professor mentioned about the self-respect that we all have. And that is really back to empower ourselves. With this, I would like to all of us to experience, say, Professor, in your busy daily activity, you are still able to remember a professor mentioned about meditation and calm down our mind and how it helps. Can we just have maybe 2 or 3 minutes experience this together with Professor Cikgu, boleh kah? Just to have that simple method. Okay, I love to go through with that together.
Okay, it's very important for us to bring our mind to such a peaceful state, because when our mind is peaceful, it becomes very creative and very positive. That's very important for us. Now, the fastest way to reduce the speed of your way of thinking is taking deep breath. So I want all of you to sit relax, make yourself comfortable, keep your back straight. Okay, you can keep your eyes closed or you can open it up, just rest your eyes on in front of you. What I want you to do is breathe in deeply and slowly. Breathe in deeply and slowly. As you breathe in deeply and slowly and breathe out according to your own pace, you can feel your whole body is becoming very relaxed. Now, this breathing deeply and slowly and breathe out will make your thoughts slow down. So I keep on breathing deeply and slowly and breathe out. I feel myself completely relaxed. I breathe in deeply and slowly, and I breathe out. In this state of rest, I visualize myself as an energy in this body. I am a living being in this body. I'm a star, a sparkling star in the center of my body. I breathe in slowly and deeply, and I breathe out. My original nature is peace. There is no need for me to go and look for peace outside. I am peace. As a living being in this body, I always aspire peace of mind because that is my original nature. So I visualize myself as a point of peace in the center of my forehead. I'm a star radiating peace from the center of my forehead, radiating the energy of peace to all over my body. And I'm becoming more and more peaceful. Every cell in my body, every organ in my body is becoming more and more peaceful. I breathe in slowly and deeply, and I breathe out. I become more and more peaceful. I feel the energy from the center of my forehead is radiating outwards towards my whole body and also around me. This feeling of peace that I am experiencing, I need to hold on to it as long as I want. Once I have this experience of peace, then I can share it with others. As a being of peace, it is my duty and responsibility to be peaceful. And when I am peaceful, my body becomes peaceful and it improves my health. And when I am peaceful, my mind becomes peaceful. It improves my mental health. I'll become more and more positive, more and more happy, and I'll be more and more enthusiastic in doing and achieving whatever I want to achieve. because everything starts with the peace of my mind. And I am peace. So when I go within myself and tap the energy of peace, then I can be naturally peaceful. So I visualize myself as a point of peace in the center of the body. And I maintain this feeling of peace. And always feel that this vibration of peace is radiating from me to my body and to everyone who's around me. And this is how I can be peaceful and send the vibrations of peace, which includes good wishes and pure feelings. I hold on to these feelings. I keep breathing slowly and deep.
Thank you, Professor. Even though it's just a 2 or 3 minutes, this is every day we can recharge ourselves, and that it help a lot. Thank you very much. With this, we conclude the live section with Cikgu and the professor. Now I hand over to Jack. Thank you.
Thank you so much. On behalf of the Brahma Kumaris Foundation Malaysia, I would like to extend our deepest and most heartfelt gratitude to our wonderful speakers for today. Thank you for your valuable time and thank you for your profound wisdom. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present the speakers with a virtual gift. Now, I would like to invite Lily to present the virtual gifts to our esteemed speakers.
This gift, thank you so much, Cikgu. We will send to you, or are you coming to Kuching? Yes, we'll pass to you. Thank you.
Okay, to help us improve our future events, we will now post a feedback form link in the chat box. So please take a few moments to share your thoughts. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to us. Yes, and while you have that link for the feedback form, let me have a quick preview of our upcoming events. Okay, our next event will be Raja Yoga Meditation course from 22nd of September to 26th of September 2025 from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And this is in English. Another Raja Yoga Meditation course is in Mandarin, and it will be from 3rd of October 2025 to 7th of October 2025, also from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. And our next event will be online meditation course. So for this online meditation course, there will be Mandarin and also English as well. So those who are interested in the online meditation course may take a quick screenshot at this slide, and you can access to this QR code for the registration. Okay, and that's all for our quick preview of the upcoming events. Finally, as we conclude, we'll share a special e-blessing card for each of you. So this is a digital token of peace and good wishes to everyone. So let's remember, life itself is a school, and true wisdom lies in learning from every person and every situation. And with that, we have come to the end of our session today. On behalf of Brahma Kumaris Foundation Malaysia, I would like to extend our deepest gratitude to our speakers for sharing your valuable time, your wisdom, and your inspiring energy with all of us. Your insights are truly gifts that we can all take with us. And of course, a huge thank you to each and every one of you, the participants, everyone in this virtual meet. And your open minds are what make gatherings like this very meaningful. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with us. That's all from me. Thank you, and see you in our future events.
Thank you very much, Jack, and thank you for all of us, our friend, attend this session. Thank you. We will definitely will meet again together with Cikgu and Professor. We will see how the upcoming certain activity that we can be not just collaboration. It could be just we may go down to so-called Lawas, Cikgu, to see all the kids. And that is where it brings the so-called the real experience that we all have. Thank you very much and good night to all. I would like to say thank you, and we all definitely will meet again. Huh? All right.
Shanti, sorry, another gift. This is for Brother Muli. Thank you so much. On behalf of Brahma Kumaris, Kochi, thank you.